What's up, man? It's your boy, Lanez, May, and we're doing a little bit of a more serious topic that I think I normally don't do drama from this end, but I decided to bring my boy Torey on, my boy Torey, and I want to talk about something I think we can have a teaching moment. So I want to start off with this before I introduce. I'm gonna let Torey introduce himself, and then I'm gonna go on to why I think this is a teaching moment. Torey.
You already know. It's your local neighborhood scumbag here to weigh in on the Twitch drama and all this wonderful stuff. Give a side dose of dirt baggery to this conversation.
Yeah. And I just want to say this before we start, because I know how this goes. I know how this works. I know how this thing is done. But this is a teaching moment for y'all to learn that just like they tell you, and I've been saying this, with a parasocial behavior, that these streamers not even friends with each other, so they're not friends with you. There's 4 tiers to this right now, and for some reason, the first 2 tiers seem to get the least heat. The first tier is the people that actually are suspects, or of actual, probably most likely crimes, felonies, basically. That's the first tier, and for some reason, one is missing, and I don't even know nothing about the other dude. I don't know what Slicker is doing. He's supposed to be in rehab. I don't know people. The second tier is mischief, and the people who lower felony misdemeanor, we could call it, who actually came out and hit it in a way, I would say, like kind of like try to downplay it. So I would consider that. And you got the third tier, which is the people who had the information and withheld it to use it as an attack. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how I feel. I got a code of ethics, and that goes is my code. If I know information, I'm never gonna spill it until somebody tell me to spill it, because this is my code. I'm not gonna just go out there and just because I don't like Torey or somebody else, I'm like, yo, girl told me this, Torey. No, I'm gonna do that at the beginning if I have that moral. And then you got the fourth tier of Destiny, who was an asshole, and her son, who was a dumbass. This has nothing to do with them, and they just somehow, because of the third tier and SQC instigating with her son because they don't like him, and Destiny going through proxy through SQC and don't like her son, who, like I said, is a dumbass who goes against it, and so they end this. And somehow this mostly there is an hour-long debate. Her son has 120K people talking about him versus SQC. Because let's be honest, that's who people care about. And that's been the problem with this whole situation. It's only because it affects these people, the top. Crazy Select can do whatever. Twitch did not care about banning gambling, which they just announced they banned gambling as we was on the show. They have banned gambling starting October 18th. Simply because all their promoted big streamers all been on the fire now. And they're like, oh, you should have did something. So I just want y'all to understand why we talk about hate raids, we talk about this and that. They don't care.
Brigading.
They don't care unless it's a fake day by the line. And sponsors seeing streamers with 130K, which your son has now, it keeps going up. And
doing numbers.
And all these other people that they see who have all these ridiculous numbers doing these things. They see how negative it's affecting, and sponsors probably trying like, we don't want to be nothing part of this drama. So they're like, oh, we got to do something. And that's what it is. That's the truth.
YouTube's doing the Birdman hand rub right now. Most definitely.
YouTube decide they're going to drop, listen, YouTube Shorts will pay 45% ad revenue if y'all come over here and just drop some shorts with us. Put y'all on the partner program. And I'm like, y'all slick. Every time Twitch has drama, YouTube is jumping right on it, Tor.
They're making it work.
But that's all. I want to get out the point. I want to get out that somehow this situation hasn't even been about the people who did something. Somehow it's about everybody.
Yeah.
Like people committed crimes. Torey, we talking about bans. I'm talking about jail time.
Yeah, most definitely. Like Crazy Slick. To even start with Sliker, bro, 300K counts as grand larceny, bruh. That's grand larceny. This nigga scammed over who knows how many people out of over 300K over the span of what, like a year or so. And you've got big streamers, big YouTubers coming out and being like, yeah, I loaned him money and he never paid me back. And like, has Sliker copped a ban yet? I don't think so. I think Sliker was literally like live earlier today or yesterday, one of the two. So, and Crazy Slick is just, that's nasty, bro. Like it, I'm one of them, I'm a scumbag. So I'm always here to give people the benefit of the doubt. But there's some shit that you just can't give people the benefit of the doubt when it comes to shit like sexual assault. It does not work. There's no moral high ground to be found in that at all.
True. We're gonna try to say essay, Torey, because you know YouTube a little picky about.
Yeah, oh my bad. SA, yes, of course, YouTube. But like XQC, that whole I got a nuke. You got to remember, I got a nuke. Like, bro, and I understand the whole point of view from everybody. It wasn't his place to say this ahead of time. If Adriana didn't want him to say this and that, that's why I'm giving Trainwreck a little bit of a break, because I saw that he actually did talk to Adriana. I guess they talked in the DMs before he went in, so it makes it a little less. I mean, at least he talked to the victim before this all started, which I mean, and I hate to be that guy, but I guarantee you, if you go and check Adriana's numbers right now, she's running them up off of this. At least hopefully she is. If anyone deserves to benefit off all this, it's her. But like, it's a wild time in Twitch. Like, these Twitch streamers all hate each other, and now we're finally getting reasons for them to. It's all been under wraps hate. It's all been passive aggressive bullshit, and now we're getting to the point where these niggas are trying to start actively taking shots at each other. When I saw Asmongold say that he will leave OTK, like, and for those of y'all who don't know, if Asmongold leaves OTK might as well be done. Because if Nick or Miz or, I mean, Jay Schlatt will be fine regardless. Shout out to Schlatt. He be cracking my shit up. But, bruh, these are wild allegations, and I know there's more. That's the thing. If you go, you can go to the live stream fails Reddit right now, and I guarantee you there are more and more people that are just piling stuff on. So eventually, everyone's gonna have to start shooting back. They're just gonna get gunned down in the proverbial streets. It's really, I'm here for the drama though. I'm a scumbag, so I take some kind of sick sadistic pleasure in watching all of this. I'm not even gonna lie.
It is.
But it is a serious matter. Just because it's entertaining doesn't mean it's not serious.
Oh, it's 100% serious. I'm just going over the one thing I see people saying is that, oh, the righteous crowd is getting there, which everybody got skeletons in their closet. That's why I don't throw bombs at people. I try to stay out of people's households and their business in a way as much as I can, because I don't really care. Like, I don't want nobody to hold it. And I'm also very private. Like, you won't know hardly nothing about me until I want you to know it. That's how I roll. And plus, staying away from people a lot of times help out. But a lot of people making it about them and how they feel and how they attacked and all that.
They're using it.
Was selfish, Torey.
But what they're doing is they're using this as a moment to try and take down the competition. That's literally what it is. You see an opening try and strike at somebody that you feel is competition or somebody that you got a problem with. And that's not the right thing to do. I mean, I'm all for bringing light to a situation as serious as anyone that's having SA allegations. Uh, and like, that's the problem I had with Crazy Slick's response to all of this. Like, he was so quick, and I understand. Like Charlie said during his stream, if he'd have left it at "I'm gonna get lawyers," it would have looked a lot better. And even when you look at Maya, the way that when she read the DMs that she had with Adriana, the way that she tried to gloss over, basically acknowledging the fact that she even felt like there was some sort of sexual deviancy going on in regards to this. I mean, like, bro, where you all have problems if me, a certified, self-declared scumbag, is sitting here like, what are you guys doing? Because I am a misogynistic, sometimes racist, freaking over
By
the
the way,
top.
Torey, you were probably fourth place on this platform. You probably fourth place because my boy, shout out to Locker Room Talk. I don't know if you saw it that night, but they decided they just going.
Yeah.
Man, people that told me some crazy stuff. I told Torey about it yesterday. I don't know what be going on with people, bro. I just want to.
It's wild, bro. Because, like I said, the one thing we should be focusing on is the fact if Ms. Kiss is complacent and trying to cover up the fact that somebody was abused in any way, shape, or form at a party that he was hosting, allegedly, bro, that's a problem. And it's not even me saying, oh, you should have came out, put everything on blast out the gate, because that's not your place. But you don't have to continue to like do content with these people. You don't have to continue to be friends with these people. You don't have to continue to associate with them in any way, shape, or form, internet or otherwise. That's a choice you're making. And that goes for Trainwreck and XQC too. You guys knew this all this time, but you're still making content with Miz. It wasn't too long ago. Trainwreck and Miz were opening Pokemon cards together. You know what I mean? So it's not like, oh, I found this out and I wasn't cool with these guys afterwards. No, you found this out and then you continued to make content with this dude because you knew it'd pop a number. And that's not right. And I hate doing it because it makes me feel like a moral grandstander, which I'm not. My morals are as damn near as low as they can go if we're going to keep it a buck. Like, bruh, I have a blatant history of doing lots of drugs and freaking just enjoying life in general in ways that people find distasteful. And that's okay, in my opinion, as long as I'm not hurting anyone. That's the thing. There are people actually suffering from this. There are people that are being hurt psychologically, if not physically, from this. And it's jive. It really is. It's jive as fuck. And I can't lie. I've indulged in almost everyone involved in this situation. I've indulged in their crime. I found some value in it or I wouldn't have watched it. And like, bruh, that's why I'm so behind. Like, people can say what they want about Asmongold, but him being straight up and being like, yo, I will straight up bounce out and leave because you gotta think, it's not just OTK that they have together. They've got Starforge PC together. They've got Gamer Sucks together. You know what I mean? These dudes have multiple companies that are doing like good numbers business-wise together. And I can't help but respect anybody that's like, yo, forget about the business, forget about the money, yo. If you are right here and I'm right here, we can't coexist. And I understand that wholeheartedly. It's so ridiculous. And I feel like we're really watching like the top of the top. Like the thing is, we've seen this kind of drama from YouTube before. We've seen people do all kinds of crimes and end up putting it on YouTube. Like,
I don't think it's ever been as big as this. The like conglomerate. It's usually one big YouTuber do something wild.
Yeah, most definitely. But you gotta think there are whole orgs involved in this now. Like, And that's the scary part, because now you've not only put your own like money and like livelihood at risk with this, you're putting all your employees' livelihoods at risk at this. How many people are out of a job if OTK Gamershops or Starforge PCs goes under because of this? Which legitimately, if we're going to keep it a stack, we've seen bigger companies go down for way less. So, like, man, I don't like moral grandstanding, but this shit's fucked up. It's just that plain and simple, bro. Like, this is nasty. And I'm a scumbag. And that's what makes me so mad, because I shouldn't feel like anything is nasty. I'm a grimy nigga. Like, that is what it is. I embrace it. I'm okay with it. There are people who I've done horrible things to. I have apologized. We're working through it with therapy. You guys already know the spiel. If you've seen any Man Cave episode before, you guys already know the gimmick. But this is a step below what I'm willing to tolerate from anyone. And that's saying something. I'll tolerate a lot.
That is true. We have Ice Poseidon just randomly.
Bro, when Ice Poseidon has the whole high ground, there's a problem.
I'm like, why did you keep text from 2018? And why, when he said it, you didn't say anything about it?
Blackmail, bro. All of these, like I said, this is only the beginning. We are about to see more and more streamers coming out with screenshots. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And like I said, with the whole Mizkif and the racist comments, Bruce, you gotta leave OTK, dog. You're the only black dude in there, and he's dropping the hard R. And and people can be mad at this if they want to. I told Del May before we even started, if he'd have said nigga, I'd give him the slide. I'd have gave him the pass. I'm a firm believer that almost every white person has said nigga at some point in time in their life. I'm damn near positive about that. But once you add that ER, it's not, it's something different. And man, it's a sad thing, but it's so entertaining. But a lot of times sad things are entertaining. So, I mean, that's why we get sad movies. But we should try and keep it to sad movies, not actual real world tragedies, which this could all end in before it's all said and done. Like I said, we got mad speculation. Slick could be done for all we know. Or Miz and OTK could be playing the goddamn sympathy troll. Either way.
I don't even think it done got so far beyond Slick that I don't even think the sympathy troll, because right now it's all about SQ Hassan with Disney sprinkled in the background with train wrecks with Pokemon.
That's why I haven't tried to touch on that, because it shouldn't be about that.
It shouldn't at all.
That's not what this situation should be about. It shouldn't be about XQC versus Hassan. It should be about the fact that Slick has allegedly abused a woman, and there were multiple people that knew about it, and nobody wanted to say anything. And then if you're to believe the thread of all these other people coming forward and being like, yeah, Slick was weird to me too, that's a problem, yo.
And yeah, protecting them and all that stuff, and giving them a platform to do the weird stuff. That's strange.
Like
I haven't even heard no one talk about he actually kept a platform to keep doing.
Yeah, and like I feel like Charlie's the only person I've seen actually talk to Adriana in this whole situation. I don't know if everybody else
has talked to Destiny and Hassan.
Have they? Okay, well, that's good at least.
Yeah, as long as the victim, most was first, Destiny was second, then Hassan was third talking to.
Oh.
So I want to make sure
Destiny and Hassan are gonna beef until one of them kicks the bucket, bro. That just is 100%. What that is.
And it's strange because I think Hassan is a dude who cares about self-image too much, which reason I call him a dumbass.
Bro, he's a rich Turkish kid. What do you expect?
And Destiny is a dude who, like, I feel like one of his few friends he had, looking back at him and Hassan history, just because I wonder why he hated him that much, was because I feel like Destiny felt like Hassan was 100% his friend and one of the few debate friends he had.
Yeah.
And then Hassan felt like Destiny was a bad look for his image
Yeah. I mean, you
during
got
the
to
N
think
word racism and stuff.
Destiny got a bad rap, came out as bisexual. People were like, yo, oh my goodness.
I don't even think it was that. It's kind of
I feel
before that they had a little beef, weird argument because of course people nowadays can't have an argument. And then they had an N word controversy that he had that
and that's
he said
that's the problem with the far left. You want to know why the right gets so much more power than the left does? Because one thing I've noticed about the right is as hateful as they can be, as if you want to say racist, overly capitalistic, whatever you want to say about them, they're inclusive, yo. The right doesn't turn away anybody, nobody,
well,
and the left
they,
is the the
they
left is the complete
if you go to
opposite.
the far right toward they would kill them probably some certain people. The Nazis would turn you away to it. I'm just
Well, yeah,
so if
but
you go
I'm talking about we're talking about right wing America right now. We're not talking about Nazi Germany. We're talking about these streamers. We're talking
but
about
I'm just saying they call themselves Nazis now. Some a lot of it's a group of them. I don't
well,
want to.
yeah, but that's what
I
I'm
saw one.
saying. The
I
left
saw flag just
problem is that
recently.
the left is too ready to just throw anybody out. Like the smallest violation of if you violate anything that there's no finding middle ground with the left, which is the problem because as the left,
Are
you
you
should be
aren't you
all about
signaling you
finding
become
common
perfect?
ground.
You can't let people move because you're too perfect and it hurt your image. Everybody care
And
about image too much.
And the problem with this is people should be focused. How many of you viewers have registered to vote for the midterm elections that are coming up? I guarantee you, damn near none of you have. We're more worried about this when we got elections around the corner, which are the elections that actually count. These are the elections that like define your local governments. We're not talking about big government here. We're talking about local elections. And we're not even talking about them because we're being constantly, especially this past week, bombarded with so much random Twitch dirt that it's not funny. It's just it's nasty and not the good kind of nasty, not the nasty that I'm trying to perform freaking on a weekend with some nice young lady who has a racist father. We're talking about like nasty, like oh, I'm not trying to touch that. That's disgusting.
Like I said, we had a like it ain't even now. Like I said, Twitch decided to get rid of gambling because all the big streamers are saying all this started because of gambling. Well, but it started
Yeah,
with camp, but it started with the camp. And XQC said, "Oh, so they ain't going, I ain't going," which wasn't
yeah.
true. And then him and his beef with it. That's when him and his beef with Hassan basically started, which was became
But
this big thing.
I mean, that's sort of XQC's mo. Like he tells people he'll do stuff. How many times have we seen XQC? Look at Creator Clash. XQC didn't tell iDubbbz that he wasn't going to show up until the day of Creator Clash.
Which is why I'm like XQC very irresponsible. Like I said, Hassan gets in his feelings too much, but this and so they gonna always butt heads if it
But
goes.
that is weird. Being like, oh, if Soda doesn't go, I'm not going. Like that's just weird.
But it
Like if
wasn't
you
true.
don't
It's
want to
cause
do
him.
something, my thing
Hassan
about
would
it
be
is
like,
if you don't want to do something, just say you don't want to do it. Like there ain't no reason in leading people on freaking. That's like if Zelmay hits us up and he's like, "Yo, y'all trying to stream?" If we're like, he'd much rather us be like, "No, I got something going on," than being like, "Yeah, I'm down," and then you just no show. That's ridiculous. There's no point in it. Sure, we might be a little bit late from time to time, 9 times out of 10. I mean, it is what it is. Calling a spade a spade. We are late a lot, but I mean, better late than never. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. This all could have been avoided if really, and that's the messed up part. It could none of this might have even happened if XQC would have just been like, "Yo, no, I don't want to do shit camp." We might not even got to this point. Like that's how crazy the domino effect can get. It starts off with something real little, like somebody not wanting to do something, and now you got people looking at actual charges, which
well,
they
listen,
should have looked at apparently a long time ago. If we're looking at the timeline of this right, and this all allegedly happened in 2020, You know what I mean? It's 2022.
Listen, I don't want to stay on this too long because, like I said, I stay out of other folk business. But I thought it was a message in this. Somehow, this culture has created a message where we forget the victims and try to blame everybody else besides the person that actually did it and focus on showing the victim love. We just like, oh, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah,
All the way
it's
from
all
train wrecks to XQC to Alsina to Pokemon to
streamers
everybody else.
weaponize the sickest shit, bro.
Dude, I'm like, we are not focused on this girl's story. We ain't focused on trying to get things done. We ain't focused on the guy who stole $300,000 from his audience and other streamers.
Yeah, this dude
we
was.
are talking about.
Yeah, let's hold on. Let's not let Fliker off the hook here. This dude was talking to fans. He was age checking fans so he could try and bum money off of them. And I'm not trying to disparage anyone because gambling addictions are real. They really are. Whether you know it or not, we all probably know someone or have been around someone that has a gambling addiction. That's just honesty right there. So I'm not trying to like put a downer on anyone that's got a gambling addiction. If you do have a gambling addiction, seek help. They make helplines for it. They see a therapist. Whatever you got to do. But you also can't just he has an addiction, so we're gonna let this slide. No, addicts still go to jail. I hate to tell you guys this. Addicts still go to jail. Like, bruh, $300,000 from your, and like I said, I almost feel like this wouldn't be as bad if he was bumming money from streamers, at least in the public eye. Because I mean, people are always gonna be like, "Oh, you got it anyways." You know what I mean? But we're talking about regular people who are already paying to subscribe to you, especially if we're talking Twitch. Like, bro, that's just wrong. That's disgusting, and that Sliker should be banned. Like, no, if Gideon got banned for a hate brigade, which it technically was, I understand that he violated TOS, but bro, if we got people out here committing actual crimes, we got people out here fucking on camera. You got E-Rob. E-Rob copped a 30-day ban for joking with one of his fans. Like, oh, I'm gonna beat you up.
It was a viewer, but the viewer was his friend.
Exactly. That's what I'm.
Which kind of you can think that started this whole thing.
Yeah. And I do believe Twitch. You should unban E-Rob. Like, he is the least of the problem in this system.
He said, "Hey, that's my friend. Like, we talk like this. This is my best friend. It's not even just a viewer. This is an actual person I actually know in real life." They said, "No, 30 days."
And that's sick.
Why did you make it bigger?
And after you just gave the girl who was fucking on camera a 7-day ban. She got 7 days. I mean, and Gideon got a perma ban for an alleged hate brigade. You got to remember, he got perma banned for ratioing freaking Pokemon. Come on, bro. L plus ratio is a perma ban, but defrauding people out of hundreds of thousands of dollars isn't. What's the basis? That makes it look racist. Plain and simple.
But like I said, this whole situation is sick. Yeah, I don't feel like there's a winner in this situation.
No, there's no one that wins in this situation.
I know some of y'all sick people thinking like, "Oh, look at the viewers they get, bro."
Oh yeah.
It's like, bro, this people lives for real, and people care about the image, and it's about everything else. But that's all I wanted to say. Torey, in the last words, where can they find you?
Afro Comedy 765 on everything. And on that note, just do better, people. Come on, you can be a scumbag, but don't be actual scum. Be the receptacle for it. Don't actually be the product. It was wild.
And don't make it when you mess up. I've been wanting people to understand. I've been on my sports show, been wanting to apologize to people that I say, listen, I was wrong about you. I want to make apologies normal.
Yeah.
You mess up, apologize. It's simple. But now I'm not talking about for the big K. I'm talking about for what I said with the tier 3 and 4. Tier 1 and 2, you gotta be dealt with. But tier 3 and 4, just apologize. Just say
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
sorry.
It goes so much easier when you just acknowledge you being wrong. You'd be surprised how much grace people give you when you acknowledge the fact that you've done something wrong and make an active effort to try and change that. That plain and simple, people.
And stop letting your personal beefs with people cause extra drama because you don't like them. Y'all don't like each other. I get it. Just stay away from each other and live your life.
Yeah,
Instead of
no more of this passive aggressive. I got
all
a
this
new
high
bullshit.
school team. Oh, this is my group. Blackmail, Bush. Y'all be doing politicking. Bro, leave that up, man.
The microaggressions are
Because I know it's a
getting
lot of y'all got
ridiculous.
vendettas and trying to make somebody look bad and trying to get the W and trying to get the win in the debates and all that. It's not worth
All
it
this
in the day
for some comments.
just so you can get LSF popping again because it's been dead for 6 months.
Shoot, it's not dead right now.
So 100,000 people in there. But I appreciate y'all. Peace.